And going ahead, we have the evaluation. So I would like to request the evaluator for Bharat, Karuna, to give out your specific evaluation for Bharat. You can come on stage, Karuna. So Karuna, are you going for the contest as evaluator too? Yes. So Karuna is also testing out his evaluation skills. He is also a contestant for the speech contest, for the area contest. So as he is getting ready with the mic, I wish Karuna, you would be able to use all the evaluation skills, the body language, voice. All the best to you. So Karuna, you are evaluating Bharat's speech title Darts.
Coen told us about managing the stage, being stage presence. We saw Bharat was using the stage, not looking at the people, but also looking at the dartboard. It was very interesting. Toastmasters, friends, I'm Karuna, and today I'm evaluating Bharat, who's on his project about how he works, how he motivated the team. And his team was his family, which he took on his trip to the area in Hong Kong, and he spoke to us about it. What I liked about Bharat's speech is that he made people laugh. You know, he had people laughing. There was humor. There was humor in the speech, and there was a lot of body language. He used his body, you know, motion, facial expressions. And his voice variety was also interesting. He was, initially it was slow and soft, and then he was imitating his child with a squeaky voice, and it was interesting. He had his vocal variety. And if we need to see how Bharat can improve, I've found there is one point which is eye contact. You're talking, you need to have eye contact. And what I observed was Bharat did look around the audience, but for most part of his speech, he was stuck at one corner. It was almost as if he was looking at Joy for most of his speech, while it was clear that he was stuck at that point. As Toastmasters and public speakers, we know eye contact is important. And the primary reason we do eye contact is to have that connection with a person. And how long do you connect? Is it 1 second, 2 seconds, 10 seconds? How long do you connect? So when you connect to a person, you connect is to a thought. The thought, connect and move away and look at the other person and connect. Speak a thought and move away. So you connect is a thought time, a time that a thought takes. So in conclusion, if you were to look at Bharat's speech, he had good body language, he had good vocal variety, and he had good stage presence. For him, for Bharat to improve, the suggestions I could give is that connection with the audience. Eye contact is something that you need to improve on. Second is, do not try any lengthy proverbs which you're not sure about. Avoid it, because it came out at the conclusion, actually broke your entire conclusion. And I took away is that you did do a good job, because just that conclusion, while your opening was great, your body was good, at the conclusion you had this problem. This is the feedback I would give you. I wish you all the best. Contestant. Thank you.
This let's give for evaluation to Bharat, and then for evaluation to Karuna. Okay. So that Bharat take the stage.
Yes. So now we have the floor evaluation, and I'll be facilitating that. So, Karuna, if you can pass on the mic to each evaluator. So, I guess, who would like to give your short feedback for evaluation for Bharat?
Next is my evaluation.
Yes, Paul.
So I wrote it to your email. I'll say it again. I liked the pace in which you delivered it. It was very easy to digest. I think what you can try to, apart from eye contact, is reduce the power, because you already are a very strong, you have a very strong way of delivering. If you bring it back a little bit, I think you'll find that it will come across more authentic. I think the pace you deliver it and the power makes it feel more dramatized. But if you soften it a little bit, I think you'll find you're more effective. Otherwise, problem.
Yes, Coen. Coen.
Right. So Bharat, I felt that your story was really much improved from the version that you spoke to me. Now I felt that you could tweak the story a bit. I'm not sure whether this is true and how this would come out, but I felt that if you say that it was your daughter who gave the prize to that little girl who did not win, then you as a parent feeling way more proud of your child than the family of that child. So I felt that you could bring much more stronger emotions if you tweak the story now. Thank you.
Yeah, my comment is actually also very much in extent to what Paul and Coen are saying. I always feel that you really like to, you have a lot of emotions and you feel a lot by everything that you experience, and you want to also bring that across. But it sometimes doesn't completely match the storyline. So maybe you should find more dramatic stories to fit your emotions.
I think Amy.
Yes, I personally quite like your story, but I personally suggest that maybe you can add more layer because you have a lot of energy, but when you try to exert it, then for example, when you're talking about you are just shooting the point, and then you tried it 1, 2, but I want some more layers like 1, 2, and then after you try to interact with the audience, I think it's really good. And then how you showed up your energies, you have been energized, and then you try really hard, and then you add more the length of your gestures or your length of your voice. I think it is also really important for you to dramatize your whole story. And then another point is that when you do your eye contact, I think in your beginnings, you always look at the audience. I think it's good, but you are trying to building up your story. So I think maybe you can try to imagine like a place or a space for the audience and then go into your story. And then you're not only you doesn't really need to look at the audience. Maybe you can look aside and then just bring us into that space.
Yes, I would request Coen to summarize all the points.
Not summarize, just
Okay, just add one
I think
more
they're all
point.
very valid points. So emotions, right? So I like what Amy said. You could put in more time at improving your body language. The first time you try, describe how that made you feel. There was maybe one kind of visual expression. The second time, so your disappointment with yourself got deeper and deeper and deeper. And by the 4th time, 5th time, you still couldn't get it. You can describe that disappointment with yourself because you just couldn't give it to your daughter. So that is one way you can play with emotions like what Amy said. Bring the audience into space, an imaginary space where they could empathize with you all too. Okay, thank you very much. That was very great floor evaluation. I really love floor evaluation. Can we have Karuna on stage and let's give him some evaluation for his evaluation.
So that's Bharat there for evaluation for the evaluator Karuna.
One thing very sure. First start with something to build trust with everyone now. The trust has not only to the audience, with the speaker also. So maybe the eye contact can be there itself. That is the whole thing was that you really wanted to help me out to go to the next level. How I can do that. This is very important. This first is already have eye contact with the speaker there first time also. So I will give you this one point to take away and give the others the kind of.
So I felt that your suggestion, you spent much more time giving what you did well. And you only gave what I understood, only 2 points. First, the eye contact. Second was the one about the reading that accent, that quotation, which you did not really talk about in the main part of your speech. You brought it in as a conclusion. It is almost as if it's like the second thought. So spend more time in giving suggestion, which is exactly what I said in my workshop, that you sort of gloss over some points. For example, you had good eye contact, you have good body language. Would you have done it better by saying, you have great body language by doing this? And you connected with Choi, even though you wanted to say that he only kept looking at Choi and not the rest of it. So show it rather than just say it. That's my suggestion.
Karuna, I like your style. It's very methodical and quite corporate. I think maybe a stretch target, if you will. Bharat's speech was very emotive. It was very passionate. I think if you matched with a similar, softer style, I think from an audience perspective, it would be better received. Just as a style or maybe another element of your evaluation style. Otherwise, I enjoyed the way you did.
Anybody online would like to give feedback for Bharat and Karuna?
Not many people talk.
Hey, go ahead.
I think yes. Yes, Suresh, would you like to?
That was I don't know. This is my first time here in this event. I'm actually trying to figure out how everything is working. So, but looking at the feedback that you gave, that was exactly what I was thinking as well regarding that. And yeah.
No more? Okay,
All right, I think we are done with the flow evaluation of Bharat and